Dear friends and colleagues, welcome to our first Semmelweis CEE-wide web conference. Yesterday and today I contacted most of the speakers to pre-discuss the organization, and amongst others I also contacted Emese Shilhagi in Budapest. And I started the conversation quite normal as you start in conversation, and I said, Emese, good to hear you, how are you? And she said, exhausted. Then it became clear to me that with this one word, this was the best and most precise and shortest description of how most of us feel after more than 1 year of COVID-19. Emese was then telling of the beginning of the third wave and the increase of intensive care cases and the increase of severe cases, an experience that most of you also share. Exhausted. Well, COVID was also the reason why we could not organize the Semmelweis conference as usual every 2 years in person. We would love to have you all here in Vienna or in Budapest. In principle, Budapest would have been the location, and talk to you and greet you and drink coffee and listen to all the people personally. This is not possible, of course. And so we postponed the personal conference to next year, May 10 and May 11, 2022. Again, in Vienna, we will have the personal meeting, and we are looking forward to having you all here in person. At least we hope that this is going to be possible. But we did not want to leave our growing CEE-wide community without the conference. And so we plan to have a one-day web conference. And to our great surprise, almost 350 people from over 20 nations registered for today. Welcome to all of you, not only from Austria, not only from the Central Eastern European region, but also from abroad. We have a very nice community in Malta, and we have a lot of participants this time from South America. I believe we could put together a very nice program. And I would like to thank all the presenters for making this conference possible. Also thanks to our sponsors and of course to our organization committee, which is partly sitting here with me in this room to make sure that our first web conference works well and without any problems. With this conference, of course, we wanted to address the all-dominating topic of COVID-19 and learn from our colleagues in the top institutions, but also from our colleagues in the field, in the day-to-day clinical practice in the hospitals in different countries and regions. But we did not want to forget about the silent pandemic, as the healthcare-associated infections are typically called. This does not go away, even if the corona pandemic will fade away in some time, which we all hope. It is our responsibility to use this worldwide attention that hygiene measures are just now receiving in the entire population. It is our responsibility to make sure that we end up with a higher degree of hand hygiene compliance and with a higher degree of public awareness than before this COVID pandemic. We have, of course, to make the best out of this dramatic situation and at least to improve our hygiene concepts on the long run.